our last meeting of the year. I want to welcome you all. I'm Sandy Golding, and I'm president of Beaches Watch. For those of you who may not know about Beaches Watch, we are a nonprofit, nonpartisan civic organization here at the beach, and we are 10 years old as of this year. Our focus is on educating and engaging citizens in the issues that come before our elected officials that affect our quality of life. So we have these meetings once a month to educate you on issues that are relevant for that time frame. And we do candidate forums to educate you about the candidates that you are voting for. And we do special recognitions like we're going to do tonight. But before we get started with our main focus of the meeting tonight, I want to make a few announcements. First thing on our list is confirmation of board members, because we have some new board members that will be appointed tonight. And those of you who are members of Beaches Watch are voting members of Beaches Watch. So we have the nominees are myself for president, Beth Kilgore, who's not here, for treasurer, and Andy Patton for secretary. Andy, raise your hand. Yeah. And membership director Eileen Kremsky, who's sitting back in the back. So for those of you who are members of Beaches Watch, I'd like to ask you to vote now to confirm these board members. And all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, so I want to welcome Andy to the board, and I want to thank those of you, Eileen and Beth, who are returning, and I want to thank Kate. I want to call you more every time. Dunlap, who is she has served as our secretary, and she's stepping down. So thank you, Kate, for serving our board. We really appreciate it. I hope you guys have gone to deck the chairs. If you haven't, you need to. It is awesome because Beaches Watch has a chair, and our chair is so great. I have to thank several people, but Beth Kilgore and her husband, he added some design elements to our chair this year, and it's absolutely amazing. The colors are great. And then I want to thank Sarah and who else was out there? Beth and John Galarno. And who am I missing? Oh, and Georgette, right, who was out there on Friday helping get the chair decorated. They had the lighting ceremony on Sunday, which was awesome. And you'll notice on the agenda here, and hopefully you picked up one, that they're doing a special holiday celebration. It's a night of music and dance on Sunday, December 14th from 5:30 to 7:30. And it's sure to be a lot of fun because the lighting ceremony was a lot of fun. So I hope you guys are planning to be there. And you can take food, non-perishable food, and donate it to Beam. There are buckets around the huge tree, the gorgeous tree that's in the middle of this whole thing. And Santa Claus will be there. There'll be music, and it'll be a great event. Also want to remind everybody that membership for Beaches Watch renewal is starting now, and our membership runs from January through December. So please, if you want to renew your membership tonight, Eileen is in the back and she can take your membership. It's $10 for individuals, $15 for families. And you can also renew online. So we have the website. You can go to our website and renew there. And then in January, we're having our annual mayor's meeting. So at the beginning of the year, we have the mayors for all three beaches come out. They talk about the state of the beaches, what happened in the previous year, plans for the coming year. So it'll be a really good meeting. We hope you guys will plan to come out for that. It'll be here in the community room at 7 o'clock on Wednesday, January 7th. Just a reminder too, on the back of your agenda are the phone numbers and email addresses for all the city council and city commissioners for the three beaches, as well as Jacksonville's Bill Gulliford and Duval County School Board. Oops, I need to put our new school board representative on there, Janet Atkins and Andrew Crenshaw. So if you have any comments or concerns for your elected officials, you've got the information on the back of the agenda to be able to contact them. So tonight, the main focus of our meeting is our give back donation. And we do this every December. This is something that's very special to us because quality of life at the beach is our primary care and concern for Beaches Watch. And so we like to recognize a nonprofit organization that is making contributions that enrich the quality of life here at the beach. And this year, the recipient for our Give Back donation is the Beaches Fine Arts Series. And so I'd like to ask Kathy Wallace to come up, if you would, and we'd like to present you with a check. And feel free, please come up as well. So Tracy Morris is president of the board of trustees, and Kathy is the executive director. So just bear with me just a second. I have a letter here that I'm going to give you. Dear Kathy, it is my honor and privilege to present the 5th annual Beaches Watch Give Back donation in the amount of $1,000 to Beaches Fine Arts Series. The Beaches Watch Give Back donation was established in 2010 to support outstanding local nonprofit organizations that help enrich the quality of life of Beaches citizens. Our board of directors considered several organizations and unanimously agreed Beaches Fine Arts Series was a very deserving recipient of this donation. Through this donation, Beaches Watch is proud to recognize your organization for the wonderful work Beaches Fine Arts Series is doing to enrich the quality of life at the beaches and surrounding areas. Since 1972, Beaches Fine Arts Series has been offering people the chance to enjoy a free concert series featuring a diverse and talented roster of domestic and international performers. At their post-concert receptions, audiences are allowed to mingle with the talented performers as well as view a free show of visual art created primarily by area artists. Beaches Fine Arts Series also offers educational outreach programs to underserved children in Duval County schools, area colleges and universities, and collaborates with local programs targeting at-risk kids. We thank you and your organization for all that you do to enrich quality of life at the beaches, and we hope this donation will help you continue your great work.
Thank you so much.
We're very honored to be able to recognize your organization, and I want to give you this.
Thank
so
you.
you
This
have
is
that.
even better because whenever we apply for anything, we can use a letter of support like this. This is a wonderful thing for us. So thank you.
Well, and so now the best part of this is we're going to turn the floor over to them and let them tell you more about what they're doing so you can learn more about the Beaches Fine Arts Series.
And we'll see if we can make it work.
Okay.
It went off, so I don't know. We'll see. He's the expert on this, so I'll do some of the talking and he'll do the. Well, while he's trying to figure it out, I'll start talking. We have been around for 42 years. Beaches Fine Arts Series was started at St. Paul's by the Sea Episcopal Church in Jacksonville Beach in 1972. And we've always offered free concerts and educational outreach programs for the community. We've grown tremendously over all of these years, of course. We started out very small as a part of the church's mission to bring the arts to the Jacksonville Beaches area. And then over the years we have expanded and we became a nonprofit in our own right in 1990. And since then, we have moved some of our concerts across the ditch, but most of them are here. Normally, we do as many as 2 in town, and the rest of them are here. This year, we have 9 concerts. We have our 4th one coming up, and it's going to be a doozy. We have the Dallas Brass who's coming to perform, and they're going to be doing a residency with the La Villa Middle School Wind Ensemble, 40 middle school kids. Good luck to them. And also the University of North Florida Brass Ensemble and the University of Florida at Gainesville Brass Ensemble. So they'll be doing this residency starting tomorrow. The concert's on Friday night, the ensembles, the La Villa Ensemble and then the university ensembles will play with the Dallas Brass a piece each. So the rest of the concert will be just Dallas Brass, but these kids will have a chance to perform on a stage with people who are professionals, which will be great for the children. The other thing is that this particular concert is being recorded by American Public Media for a national broadcast called Performance Today. Many of you may hear that. It is heard on WJCT on every weekday night from 7 to 9. So it depends, you never know what they're going to be doing, but you can go on WJCT.org and find out what Performance Today is offering you. And so that's going to be recorded, which will be exciting for the kids. Don't know if they'll choose those particular ones to air, but at least they can say they were recorded. So that'll be great for them. Do you have any luck at all?
No luck whatsoever.
Do you want to
Maybe the guy that.
maybe the
Yes,
guy, yeah.
The guy.
The guy. How did you know? You could tell.
I brought my glasses. I don't know why it's open. Thank you. Sorry. You're back to the end. How far did you get?
Oh, no, I'd be in.
Oh, okay. Sorry about this.
We, as you probably have realized, we are very proud of the fact that we bring world-class artists here free of charge to the community, and it's always been free. It's not that easy to do that, as you can imagine. The check will come in very handy with our programming. It is something where we're always looking for sponsors, we're always looking for donors. It's a gift to the community, and a lot of people support us in the gift. Thank you.
I'm right outside. I apologize.
So my first thing is, it's really not 41, it's 42. You can say since 1972. Oh, you did, okay, so it takes a little while. My lovely, wonderful cohort in my office is the one that put this PowerPoint together, and she thought it would be fun to add some what do they call it, animations, and the animations are not helping us tonight. So part of what we do is we experience, empower, and engage all of these things for our community. The great artists that we bring, and then we try to empower children with our programs in the schools, and then obviously engage the community in a lot of different ways. We'll talk about one of those ways in a few minutes that has to do with our major fundraisers, which are very interesting. Or would you try to? Okay, you can just flip through that. We'll get to the pictures in a moment.
We want you to soak in.
Yeah, really. Okay, so I've already talked about Performance Today. These are just some of the artists that we've had in the past. It kind of shows the diversity of what we do. The group down the bottom is Native American flute player Carlos Akai, who was here a few years ago. The guy next to him is Christian McBride, who performed 2 years ago, maybe. But just a number of different types of music that we offer to the community. And these are our venues. So you can see we do a lot of different areas of town. The St. John's Cathedral, we normally do our organ concerts there. And we've had a few concerts at the Times Union. Most of our concerts are at St. Paul's by the Sea Episcopal Church. And the reason that Performance Today records our concerts, or a lot of them, is because of St. Paul's by the Sea acoustics. The acoustics there are so phenomenal. They're really the best acoustics in Northeast Florida of anything, any of the performing arts centers or anything. It's a gorgeous place for music. And so when a number of years ago, Performance Today recorded one of the concerts that we were producing, and they had never actually heard what it would sound like in there, they asked us if they could record concerts. And so they look at our schedule every year and they select the concerts that they want to record. And we're very proud of that. We're the only organization in the area that has that honor. Okay. The piece of artwork up there, one of the things that we do is we present a lot of visual artists, and the piece of artwork up there won the jury art show that we produce every year to utilize on the front of our programs and on our schedules. And speaking of which, there are schedules in the back if you'd like to take one. They're little trifold schedules. You can stick them in your purse or in your pocket. They're not that big. And so Leland Williams did this sculpture, and he is also a painter, but the sculpture is it was just amazing to me. We thought it was really great. So we have an independent jury. They select the piece. The year before, these were some of the ones that were chosen years past, and including, obviously, that's the Jacksonville Beach lifeguard station there. And they vary. I mean, it just depends from year to year what's presented to us. It's kind of fun. These are educational outreach programs. This particular one was kind of unusual. The people up on the stage are Step Africa, which was a group that does step dancing. And they were here for, wow, a few days, almost a week, right? And they went into various schools, and then they taught them formations like this. So this is kind of a neat picture. It was actually used on the State of Florida Cultural Arts website for a while, which surprised me since they didn't ask. But it was okay. But they had it on their website. Here's some other programs that we've done in the past. One of the things we've done most recently is partnering with UNF on some things. And we partnered with the UNF Orchestra and their director to bring over 1,000 kids to UNF to hear the orchestra perform. And we pay for the busing for that. So as you can imagine, that's a lot of outlay for us. But the kids get to hear a special program that's kind of kids-oriented, which is great. I think there's some pictures of that. We have the American Boy Choir, and if you look at the shirts on these kids, they're wearing shirts from our triathlons. So that's the reason we have these pictures, because they all have on triathlon shirts. This is the sanctuary where most of our concerts are held. And we try to have the artists interact with the students. These kids that are standing up there are taking their turns directing the ensemble in that particular one. And you can see the joy on this child's face. I mean, he was a part of a residency in one of the schools. And they actually let him touch the instrument. He was really happy. This group is known as Imani Winds, and they are quite well known nationally. And they've worked with, they did several programs. They were here for about a week too, and they worked with some of the kids in the schools that were doing recorders, but they also did a lot of stage work with the kids. It's all over there. This man is a Israeli concert pianist, and these kids are from the Selly Foundation. We do after-school program for underserved kids with some of our artists, and they were thrilled to get that close to them. As Christian McBride we mentioned earlier in the jam session. Yeah. This is the group that we just had on November 20th at UNF. This is the UNF Theater, and this is the group that came to hear the orchestra, the UNF Orchestra. This is Mayport Elementary School. We had the Italian Saxophone Quartet, and they performed for every group in the school. So I just picked one of them. They brought them in sessions. So we spent most of the day there, and they would just come in and sit down, and the saxophone quartet would perform. And they were very funny too. So that was kind of fun for the kids, I think. Maybe some buses. Okay, so as you can imagine, with the free concert series, we have to make money somehow. We don't make it with tickets, and so we run a triathlon series, and the triathlons are in their 28th season. We started the triathlons when nobody knew what a triathlon was, and it was an interesting. Judy, you probably remember that, right? You know, Bill Hickson, who owned Hickson's Surf Shop. Some of you may have remembered his name. Came up with this idea at a board meeting, and everybody just looked at him sort of blankly. What is a triathlon? Of course, now everybody knows what triathlons are. But the swimming, the biking, and the running are all done at Mayport Naval Station now. So we're out here at the beach. The swimming's in the ocean, of course, and then there's a bike and a run, and we do 5 races a year. We do 3 sprints and 1 Olympic distance, which is quite a bit longer, and then we do a kids trot as well. So, and that is our single largest source of fundraising funds. As you can see, we always go for good weather. I think that picture where it says finish, I think that one was at Sullivan Arena, the old Sullivan Arena, because we had a race there a couple of times. So. We need volunteers, always. Our volunteers, we have a lot of volunteers and they're great, but we need more. These are all people at the triathlons. We have a lot of community hosts, our organizations that contribute to our post-concert receptions are listed here, some of them, and if you are a member of an organization that would like one maybe this one, that would like to participate, then what we do is those people come, they bring food for the reception, and they help with the ushering, and they have a table at the reception so they can introduce their organization to our audiences. So it might be something to consider, you know. This is our next concert. They're kind of wild and crazy guys. I was talking about them earlier. And I'm just going to go through the concerts towards the end of the season. We've already had, what, 3 or 4, I guess. But Chanticleer, multi-Grammy award-winning singers. They'll be here in January. They're phenomenal. They've been on the series a couple of times. Kurt Elling, also a Grammy Award winner. He will be performing with the Jazz Ensemble at UNF. That's a collaboration that we do with UNF every year. And that's going to be fantastic, I'm sure. Okay, so the children, the boy choir part of the St. Thomas Choir of Men and Boys will be here to perform. That'll be a beautiful concert, I'm sure. This guy, he's a rising star. He's hugely known in Europe. His name is Milosh, and he really kind of goes by just his first name because his last name is kind of hard to pronounce. And he is a classical guitarist. He's recorded by Deutsche Grammophon, so he's just really primo. And he'll be here. And as you can see, he's kind of easy on the eyes. Okay, this is Sean Shen. He's our final concert of the season, and he was the Crystal Award winner at the 2013 Van Cliburn International Piano Competition. So we came in 3rd. We had the winner last year, but this guy, I went to the competition, so I got to hear them all, and this one, he was my favorite. I liked him not only because of his ability to play, because they're all phenomenal players, but he has a personality that just doesn't quit. And he would come out, they would be doing competition, you can imagine how much stress they're under, you know, how hard that is for them. And they're all young. And he in between sets of people playing, he would come out where everybody was standing around in the lobby area and talk to people. He was the only one. I didn't see any other contestants doing that. But I liked him. I think he'll be a really great one to have on the series. So come see him. So that's who we are, and that's what we do, and I'd love to have you guys be a part of us. Come to the concert on Friday.
Where is it?
It's at St. Paul's by the Sea Episcopal Church, and we've got a schedule back there, and it starts at 7:30. The doors open at 6:45, and it's going to be crowded. So if only for the reason that there are 40 Middlesboro playing, and their parents will be there. So it's going to be, it'll be crowded. We can seat about 500 people. We're going to put up chairs, and so we should, there should be room. But I'm a little concerned.
If you're gonna come early.
Yeah. So like I said, the doors open at 6:45, and there will be a line outside where you can get in at that point. That usually happens with our concerts, and so you do need to get there early, but of course we love having people from the beaches come to all of our events, and we'd love to have you be a part of us. So I hope you will, and we'll have to talk about next year doing a community hosting. That'd be kind of fun to do that. And thank you so much. This award means so much to us. It's not just the money, which of course is extremely important, but to be honored in this way is fabulous. And thank you to Harriet for nominating us. That's really wonderful of you.
Harriet,
Harriet's been a long time
want to-
supporter of ours.
Do you want to say a few things, Harriet? I give you an opportunity to
Please.
say something about the Beaches Fine Arts Series, because you did such a nice nomination.
Well, I'll make it short. I've known Kathy a long time. I was on the board for 10 years, and I can tell you, she's right. It's phenomenal for the community, and there's a lot of people who don't know about it. And the one thing that I'm sorry that I was so busy in the receptions that when the violinist, can't think of his name right now, I have his tapes, and one day I was listening to one of his tapes and I fell in love with him, and there he was. It was too late to get his autograph or anything. But they have famous people, and they have the best talent in the world there, and there are so many people that don't take advantage of it, and it's right here, and it's free, and thank you for all you
Well,
do.
thank you.
And they need help, people that
Yes.
help with the concerts and everything, and it's a lot of fun.
It
And
is.
it's like,
It is.
next year would be a great thing for Beaches Watch to host, and I'll help you make the food and help you. So, think about it.
Hey,
Anyway.
it's a deal.
Are there any questions? Does anybody have questions for them? No? Okay, well, I want to mention a few things too while, real quickly.
Yeah.
And I want to thank you guys for being here. Please stay because we want to take a photo.
Okay.
And then I also want to recognize the elected officials that we have here tonight. And we have Janelle Wilson, who's Jack's Beach City Council and Mayor Pro Tem, correct? Right? Okay. She just was elected to that position, so congratulations. And then, of course, Mayor Harriet Pruitt. So we thank you both for being here tonight. Did you have a question?
I did, and I apologize, I was running late, I tied up at the office, but how is the Beaches Fine Arts Series funded? And you probably mentioned that before, don't you get monies from the Cultural Council
We
downtown?
do, yes, we received a grant funding from the Cultural Council, and we never know how much it's going to be from year to year.
The budget.
And this year we were part of the fortunate few who applied for state funding, and when Rick Scott, he authorized full funding for all of the cultural arts organizations for this year. I think because it was an election year and kind of, and so the first the legislature passed it and then he signed it. And to give you a little bit of insight into that, basically normally you write this grant that's 80 pages long. I mean, it's this enormous effort to do it, and then you're allowed to apply for a certain amount of money. So say you apply for $30,000, and then you end up getting $1,500. So, and then you have to go through jump through all of the hoops in order to be, be compliant with that. And so the amount of money that you normally would get would not be significant enough to really spend the kind of time that you would need to spend in order to get that money. So a lot of people don't apply for it, and I just lucked out that I applied for it. I applied for it last year, so we did get full funding for that, which was $34,000, which is great. We have a lot of loyal supporters, donors who give us money every year and have for decades, really. And we're getting newer supporters. Even during the difficult downturn in the economy, our support stayed fairly stable as far as the donors are concerned.
Did you have one large donor that started the
No. When it began at St. Paul's by the Sea Episcopal Church, and although they didn't, I don't know if they really necessarily put in a lot of money into it, they had an employee who sort of ran it, and so it made it doable. And then when he retired, then we incorporated as a nonprofit, and so then we've had to really work to bring the funding about. And so our major source of funding is our fundraisers, the triathlon series, the BFAST triathlon series that we hold in the summers. But, you know, we apply for grants. There's a couple of foundations that give us funding, and we have several really super generous individuals that fund us as well, plus some really generous businesses that fund us. There are, I mean, there's no reason for me not to say this. Wells Fargo is one of our major sponsors, and they give us a lot of money every year to run the program. So they also sponsor the triathlon. It makes a huge difference to us. And with the downturn in the economy, we lost some sponsorships, and so we're still trying to build back up from that. We're still looking for local businesses and you know, regional and national businesses that will support us. So but it's kind of five-pronged with the fundraisers and the individuals and the sponsorships and grants and so forth. So that's how we're funded. City of Atlantic Beach funds us every year. So very nice.
That City of Jackson Beach funded?
But, you know.
We could Christmas lights now, though.
Oh, that's right.
But that started a number of years ago, and that's been, it hasn't gone away, which is kind of nice, because you never know. Anyway, thank you again. Really appreciate
Any other
your
questions?
support.
Okay, do we have any announcements? Harriet, you have an announcement, right?
Tomorrow is Yardley Park Christmas event, and Santa Claus is coming. I see it's tomorrow.
Wait, tomorrow? No, Friday.
Friday. And we're also going to have something different this year. We're going to have food trucks there. For, you know, people that are coming right after work and we'll buy some food and so on and so forth. So everybody come down, we all have a good time.
Any other announcements? Anyone wants to make?
Is it art or is it pornography?
Well, I think you'll have to ask somebody in the Jacksonville City Council. Well, so I hope you guys will, again, go out to the Deck the Chairs. It is amazing. It's wonderful. It's a great thing for our beaches. I think it's going to get bigger and better, and it's going to be a really nice holiday.
How many
tradition.
chairs are there?
I think there's 20 chairs.
36.
Oh, 36. Okay.
Yeah.
But Beaches Watch is the prettiest.
It's the best.
Yes, absolutely.
And the big tree.
Oh, yeah.
And the tree, yes, the tree
Yeah.
is amazing. Okay, so again, thank you to our new board member, Andy. We're looking forward to having you as our secretary. And hope everybody has a wonderful holiday. We will see you after the first of the year. Remember, January 7th is the mayor's meeting. It'll be a great meeting. And thank you all. And don't forget to renew your membership.
Are you ready?